Well, here we are back in Mittenrahm, and another 2 weeks passed, and well, might as well just get on with it. I'll take us into the end, and we can see the progress. Work has been done. Not very necessarily a lot of work, but work has been done. I think I may have mentioned before, I'm basically working at about 2 hours per day, 6 days a week. So you're looking at, well, total, this is about 48 hours of work now. The entire 8th is now actually finished, internally rather. It looks kind of weird seeing it sideways on. I reached a bit of a point here where I had an idea that something would be visible above the surface. I would resolve the problem of not putting another floor in by having buildings sticking up over the surface of the sphere. And then I had a fragment of something I saw in a dream, I think. There's like a whole set of buildings here with some bright orange roofs. They're heavily based on another person's work, Game Time with Eric. Some towers he has in his immediate area on his hardcore world. But I don't have the space for what I saw. I think what I would need would be all the way down here. And it's entirely possible that what I saw could easily be fitted into this space if it went up another floor. But it's all sort of tied together in this decision-making process. So I'm kind of chiseling away at this to figure out where the floor might be, how this is going to work with the little band connecting each wing together. Because basically what happened was when I looked at the height that I figured the tower for this would reach to, and I was like, okay, I've got space to go up a little bit more. So I went up 2 floors, but this made it at odds with everything else because each of these layers is like 3 floors high. So this point really should have gone up another one. But by that, but I don't know, by the time I started to really get annoyed by this, I've done a lot of the covering work, not enough that it wouldn't be possible to correct, but with the time spent on it, or the tightness of the time, and how long this is going to take because of it, stepping back is kind of a frustration. So, yeah. I mean, obviously at this point, because I carried on building, it would mean resurfacing the entire outer shell here, recalculating what those curves should be, and building out the floors to meet the new curve. It would actually, interestingly, it would actually come out this far. There's actually going to be a gap here. But, actually looking at it now, I'm going to go back into the overworld in a minute and look at the towers again on the cathedrals. But looking at this, you know, I just see that, well, the tower's going to come up to here anyway. I would really be cutting it fine to install another floor. Although this cathedral below, I'm not expecting to come down as low, because it's not going to be completely mirrored, because there is no inversion here. People are still walking on the floor, so however I work this, it's probably not going to have the roofing, at least. So, you know, I won't know that for a while, but It looks like I may not have the space to do the extra floor anyway. But I put this in place because I wanted to have a clearer idea about where all of this was connecting. And then I got carried away and just put it in because when I did the wall and pulled back from down here, it looked really small and you couldn't even see it properly. So I had to put the rest in just to get a feel for just how big the cathedral would end up. It's probably not as big as I thought it was going to be for the space, although at the moment it's missing the cloister on the other side, or the aisle on the other side rather. But yeah, I pulled off this curve a lot easier than I thought I was going to. I stuck to the simple stuff. It's 2 sections, 1 section, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Very straightforward. Gives it a nice curve. It doesn't follow the curve of the dome. I'm not sure whether that's going to matter in the long run, but we'll see. But as you can see, not a huge amount to see. Most of the work is obviously completely hidden. But yeah, I put this in. I was planning to do a beacon, or at least I thought about doing a beacon along the way. There is space to trigger a beacon, but currently the view to the sky is blocked, so the beacon won't actually come on. But I am considering strongly doing something about that. The only problem is it would be nice if I could go in the opposite direction, and you can't place a beacon upside down, so, you know, it may be pointless just to do it in one way. If I could do it in all 4 directions, or 8 directions, that would be nice. 6 directions, rather. Sorry. Yeah, that would be nice. But I can't, so probably stick with the frog lights. But again, that's what I've been doing. Obviously, the future is reproducing, or going around. There will be additional spaces, and not all of these sections will be the same internally. But yeah, there's things to be done on the inside. I already had some ideas about this spot when I first started working. I may actually put this up today just to see where that comes out. But whoops, forgot to destroy that. But yeah, that thing in the front of us where the light's coming from. Yeah. I've got some plans about exactly how this is going to work in this area. I don't want to go into details, it'll be a surprise. But obviously it is coming this way because the main weapon, was always going to be approximately here. I did think about doing a proper dish like the Death Star, but it's not completely compatible with what I have in mind for the rest of the project. But, there we are. It's actually tempting to put the lower half of the shell in. There's no reason I can't do that before building the interiors, because it's actually useful to have the wall in place, so I know where each floor ends. But, yeah, there we are. And then I don't know, I shall say it again.